Alrighty, now we're coming out to our next spot, number 3 along this area. We're gonna see if we can find these petroglyphs that are through here. From what I understand, this is where most of them are on this side. But we'll see if we can't find them all, or at least just a smidge of what there is. There's actually some right there on that rock, so let's go ahead and mosey on up to them and see what we're looking at. Here we go. We got a bunch of lines on this boulder. And up here at the top, we've got these guys. Well, we're gonna move farther down the road. There's a truck coming, and I'm right in the middle of the road, so I don't want to be that guy. So we're gonna go down to the next spot, and then I'm just gonna go up and down this thing, and then we'll continue our video. Well, we're at our next spot. Had to come down quite a way, but already found some of the petroglyphs. We're gonna take a look at some of these rocks and see what these inscriptions look like. Yeah, it looks like everybody's coming out to do some shooting now, so moving as far down as I can. Stay out of their way so I don't piss people off, because, you know, trying to be respectful of them, even though they're not doing the right thing. But anyways, let's take a look at some of these petroglyphs, and then we'll head on to our next location. Right here we have a singular petroglyph that I found. Actually, on further investigation, the sun is just so bad. There's all these inscriptions right here. And this line right here. This rock, it's nearly impossible to see. Oh man. I know you can't see it, but there is a four-legged creature, probably a bighorn. And another bighorn. I think that's about it. Oh, here you can see him better in this angle. Right here we have another petroglyph. Right next to it we have a couple more. Right here we have another lone petroglyph on this big rock. Well, I've been out here for like a half an hour just looking at all these rocks. And they're nothing but rocks. Go figure. I've been all the way up. I mean, my furthest point that I know where something is, I've already passed. We've already seen it. But you never know, so figured let's pick out some of the big rocks that are prominent features, like the indigenous peoples would have looked for when they were out here. And then we're just gonna pick them and go to them and see if there's anything there. So there's this last big rock down here before I zigzag my way back to my truck. And maybe we'll find some more stuff, I don't know. But so far, that last little circle that we found is the last thing so far, but we'll see what we can find. Hopefully something more. There's evidence of them. There's a lot of the chipped off rocks, mortars, and metates, just scattered about everywhere, but no real concrete, what do you call it? Like petroglyphs and pictographs. I choose really not to show where like the mortars and metates are, because this is a well-known area and I'd rather not see those artifacts go away. But if it's in a more secluded area, I'll show you where they are. But if you've ever been to where I'm at, it's you'll know where they are if I show you. But anyways, we're at these rocks. We're gonna take a look and then head back. Look at that view. And just like that, I found one. Literally right after I hung up that camera, that little segment I was just talking about. Almost stepped on it. And where there's one, there's generally more. So here we go, we're gonna keep on looking. And this is actually kind of a good spot because it's a flat area. And likely when all this behind me was a lake, this would have been the shoreline. And this is where they would have been hanging out. Whether this was the Ute, as they claim it to be, like a Ute site or a Fremont site. There would have been water out there at one point. And, you know, so this would have been shoreline at one point. Well, I found what looks to be petroglyphs, but they're crosses, so it could be Spanish, it could be settlers, or it could be petroglyphs. Nonetheless, they're right here on this rock. I will show you, and actually, it's probably native because I found one of the signs that we saw up above, the circle with the line through it. It just showed itself to me. So we'll take a look at it real quick and I'll show you guys what I'm seeing. Because right here I see the crosses, right? That's what I first saw. But then right below it, very faded, the circle and the line through it. I ended up pretty far away from my truck. Didn't realize it, but I hoofed it pretty far. That's what happens when you have fun, right? You just don't pay attention and things kind of just seem to blend together. But I'm still looking at all these big rocks behind me as I make my way back to my truck. Haven't seen anything since that last one, which was probably about 20 minutes ago now. But I think this is where we're gonna end it if I don't find any more for this section. But yeah, so this area again was either the Ute or the Fremont. But according to the placards, it's a Ute site along this road that we're on. It's a beautiful area. I know it just looks like the desert to some, but I'm from the desert and I have a soft spot in my heart for it. But anyways, this is your thing. Seeing some rando walking random places, looking for petroglyphs, pictographs, Native American sites, as well as backpacking, hiking, and occasional fishing up in the backcountry. And this is the place to be. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in 2 weeks at our next location.